Once we part ways with the narcissist, it's no surprise that a big hole is created in our lives. So, in this video, I want to talk about the most positive ways that we can go about replacing a narcissist. And finding real passion is a great place to start. A passion in life has to be something, not someone. And this is a phrase that I came up with years ago as I was on my own journey to finding peace and passion in my own life. We sink everything that we have into our relationships. And that's not entirely an awful thing, but when we invest in the wrong person and overinvest and they leave and it's over, we end up having nothing left. So, real passion needs to be an idea, a concept, a hobby, something that really sparks a fire in your soul. Is it traveling? Is it hitting the gym? Is it writing that amazing novel that you've been thinking about? Find those passions in your life. Passion that cannot be taken away from you if you get into another relationship and that comes to an end. Volunteering to help the homeless, the needy, the hungry, animals, anyone, everyone, in any way that we basically can truly feels good for the soul and is a great replacement for a super shitty narcissist. When I talk about boosting self-esteem, this is something that I always bring up. Getting our self-esteem back, it's a great way to replace them. Go out and meet other people, help animals, join organizations and causes, and really go out there and be more helpful again. It makes you feel great and you're helping others. Challenge negative thoughts. Replacing the narc also means working hard to replace the damage that they did, and we can replace that damage with positivity and support. Constructive, compassionate criticism is what I talk to my clients about that I work with independently to challenge some negative or intrusive thoughts that they might be having. Maybe you broke no contact. Maybe you're having a hard time blocking them. Maybe all you can still hear in your head is them belittling you. Whatever it is that's happening, we can talk to ourselves just as the narcissist implanted the incorrect ideas in our mind. We can tear those out by the root and begin to replace them with positive seeds and compassion and being constructive in our ways of thinking. And very, very slowly over time, we can begin to get rid of the garbage and replace it all with much more positive ways of thinking. Rediscover who you are, because you are not the person who gave in to the narcissist. You've been worn down by a bully who clearly has nothing else to do with their time. After a narcissist is gone, you can replace them by finding yourself. I promise you, that huge hole in your life and your heart that you're feeling, it's not all about the narcissist. That's not the only person that you've lost in all of this, and that's not the only person that you're grieving. Who you've also lost is you. Who are you? What are you all about? What do you want? What do you stand for? What is your purpose? What is your passion? Take this time to put you in the place of where the narcissist used to be. Become narc-proof. Take time replacing this loser with what actually needs to be replacing them, because eventually we all move on to other forms of companionship, friendship, relationship, whatever, and there are things that we need to think about. What are your standards? What are your boundaries? What are your consequences if boundaries are violated? What are your deal breakers? These are things that you need to know to become narc-proof. You need to know the signs to look for. Are you being love bombed? Recognize that's toxic. A great way to start becoming narc-proof is to learn about the disorder. Are you on a journey of healing from narcissistic abuse? Have you dealt with someone toxic and just highly narcissistic? You're not alone. As a survivor myself, I understand the complexities of this journey, and that's why I offer a safe space for you to share those experiences and receive empathetic support right over the phone. I provide counseling sessions tailored to what you need, and whether you're struggling with setting boundaries or the aftermath of abuse, or if you just need someone to listen and validate you, I'm here for that too. All the information that you need to get started is on the screen for you now, and it's also available at any time down in the video description. Your path to healing begins right here. Find purpose. This is huge as far as healing and replacing a narc is concerned. When I found myself alone after my discard, I can be very open about this. I struggled with what I was supposed to do and what was my purpose in life. Like I say, I can share this openly. I was 33, unmarried, obviously. I didn't have any kids, and I still don't, for anyone who's curious. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not a parent. I'm not a spouse. What do I do? For those who are experiencing this, because I know I'm not alone, this is extremely depressing. Long story short, once I learned about narcissism, and that's also a helpful thing, so we're going to get to that in a minute, but once I learned about it, I felt compelled to share, and that was 5 years ago when I went to YouTube to make some long, ranty, angry videos, and now this is my purpose. This is what I'm supposed to do. So, what are you meant to do? Finding this makes you feel so much better, and finding your purpose and your passion and realizing that it's not a toxic person just really propels your healing. Explore new hobbies and experiences. So I learned about 600 different things that I was not good at or didn't like when I went through replacing this person that I had picked. I learned I can't paint worth a damn, but I like other forms of art, so on and so forth. Replace the narcissist with passion, purpose, new experiences, and new hobbies. Keep in mind, nowhere in there did I say people. Work on things independently, learn to get okay with being by your onesie for a while. There is nothing wrong with that. And get into new things, new ideas, new hobbies, new places. We don't need to worry about people right now. Take a little bit of a break from peopling. Learn about narcissism and toxic people. Here we are. I told you we'd get back to this point. Learning about narcissism, the cluster B personalities, mental illness, signs of toxicity in general, those help us all find answers, and I truly believe it helps us find some closure as we move forward in our life. Even if this person isn't a narcissist, and we can't diagnose them, so they may not be, we're never truly going to be sure, but what we can identify is toxic. What we can identify is bullshit that we don't deserve to have to put up with. We can also identify these traits in others and ourselves. Knowledge is power, and it can take so many pieces to fall into place to help us moving forward, but really learning about narcissism is truly a great place to start. Make yourself a hobby. Working on yourself in preparation to replace the narc with you is a great thing to do. Make a plan to hit the gym, get into therapy regularly, make sure you're up to date on all your checkups. Do you have what you need? How are finances? Do you need to work on savings? Do you want to go back to school? Can you tell me 3 short-term goals that you have right now? How about 2 long-term goals that you have? What's your 5-year plan? Are you going to go for that promotion? I can go on and on and on. Trust me, you have way more going on, or at least you should if you don't. The more time that you have to spend thinking about this individual, I'm sorry, survivor, here's your shot of tough love for the day. That means you have too much free time. Practice forgiveness. Now, let me be very clear before I get comments from people who are too bitter and nasty to forgive anybody. Forgiveness is not necessarily for the narcissist, nor is it for anyone who has hurt you ever. Forgiveness is for you. Let me say this to you. Not everybody in your life who's ever hurt you, and it's more than one for all of us, they don't give a shit that they hurt you. The narcissist doesn't care. Narcissism, true blue narcissism, is selfish. So don't start thinking that all of a sudden they care now about the fact that they hurt you. Forgive the fact that this person is possibly mentally ill. They have disorders of multiple varieties, perhaps. They have a lot of trauma, unresolved trauma. Honestly, these are things that they can't help. We can't choose what traumatizes us, and we don't choose the mental illness that brung us. It does not excuse the behavior, but this is the behavior of someone who is ill. I have bipolar 1 disorder. I've done things in my life that are mean to people because of my illness. It certainly does not make it right. It is what my brain decided to do in that moment. My trauma has also caused me to make poor decisions, as has everybody's. So I'm just saying that I would hope that somebody would forgive me if I had done something bad. I personally would want someone to have mercy because I have an illness. So I'll just say it like that. However, if you do not choose to forgive, I'm not your mom. I can't tell you what to do. But I will say this, though. It is incredibly freeing to be able to forgive and let it go and stop holding on to so many negative, ugly feelings. It feels good to move forward. I'll also say this. If you're not ready for this at the moment, you don't have to forgive them. But work on forgiveness of yourself, because what I can guarantee is you are being way too hard on yourself throughout this process. Attend therapy regularly. I cannot think of a better person to replace a narc with than choosing a person who will be there by your side through all of this. Always remember, there are professionals standing by to go on this journey with you. It would have taken me so much longer to get a handle on things if I had to do it alone. And I am thankful to this day for my care team. And finding somebody for you in your area could be as easy as a Google search away. There are apps you can try like BetterHelp, although I've heard some horror stories about the app. I have personally never used it, so I don't know. I just know that it is available for folks if they want to give it a shot. There are also low-cost options available. I had no job and a whole income of zero when I began therapy. Look around to see what options you have. You are worth the investment. Survivor, tell me how you replaced the narcissist. Share that with me in the comments. If you found this video helpful or interesting in the slightest, consider subscribing. It's completely free and a great way to support my efforts to reach as many survivors as I can across the globe. Thanks so much for listening today. Have a great day, Survivor, and take care of yourself.